Cobbinah me majo e ma akwa abade badwumadi so
yeah nua
mpacho edem pejana mic no mu kakra ma no na mpacho na wa be mic no so nka upeja mse ya na pa na me pacho se bia boko de
ya me adum ne mu mpaibo
e danya me ase atade nso efe pa
na ase
na Fisheries Commission what is saying
ya me adum me bia boko me gizide tidama na wa nuguda ereka no
okay
azibia ye bia no say ya me nsa wo ma oyeye no ma peyi ma ha ma ne second coming ya me nsa wo in all the state institutions agencies ya me aduma bibia record boko.
For how long now wa fishing industry num formulating policies ne semo guide decisions ebebo na bia Ghana fishing industry no anya ntoma pefra.
Personally I'm coming from a fishing community.
Okay.
And a fishing family specifically.
Okay.
Both parents.
Oh, I see.
But in terms of ABR policies and working at the commission, I would say 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Net wakwa kusua hu nim de ne ade right from infancy.
Yes.
I just say what for amana tonkwa mu no.
Very well.
Okay. As deputy commissioner and a deputy executive director.
Yeah.
Okay. Fisheries Commission mobile na e hot saying because na ebebo we step by step ba mobile no mo beto ne sen ankasa e wo ho.
Well, ozi kan ma memfa de ma konjedo na minchia oye etifu wona sugu oye Power FM 97.9 na minchia me sector minister Honorable Miliatha Odobor as MP for Shama.
Yes.
Olugbo Ejuma ankasa.
So my friend action woman.
On behalf of President Mahama, she is revolutionizing the fishery sector.
Wow.
There's no two ways about that. Na minchia mankasa me boss Professor BB Campion, who is a fisheries professor. And oye Fisheries Commission ejuma ya full Ministry of Fisheries ejuma ya fu nyina
penye
na etse fu awona so gu oye Power FM do tidama ede ye wasam ebise no say yehwe the fisheries sector oye very key to the growth of this country because we all need protein and I mean how yenimide yen a significant percentage of protein from fish and majority of Ghanaians over 90% is in them. So oye so basic and so fundamental to oye yene survivor. But yebeno there are a number of challenges our sector ho. Nampe yuva yakase bi de wudijawa na wadasyo. That is why Ghana for 2024 yetuaba. To abade your system to come and solve problems. And say, Eba, you don't complain. Just as the president didn't complain. So we never complained. We continue to work. But actually, sector there are a lot of challenges. Number one is factual. The yane fish stock, it is depleting over the years. And it's not only peculiar to Ghana. And
Ghana territorial waters.
I'm telling you, and not only Ghana. It's a global challenge. But if you are limiting it to Ghana, a share amount of catch from 92 up to data, and it's due to a number of factors. Now, say the Fisheries Commissioner, or the Fisheries Act 1146 of 2025, or established Fisheries Commission, the mandate is to manage, preserve, protect, and conserve fisheries resources.
Okay.
And you know, in Brandon Mayan, Kwanda Yebe Shay, and Namtutri, Obobua, ma a hobiala yewo within the sector. No, a hono nan witum na waeden, wa brass. And see, say, a boya, the challenges that we have are made the Kanama Kakor. The second one, why there yen fisheries resources no olukofum. It is because over the period we have been involved in certain fishing practices omboa potokasemuno your friend IEU fishing obinim the lights wadukopum obinim de dynamite wodukopum. Aside that, maka chro de hwe for the past 30-35 years leba. A compare catch and as compared to Sesiala or Lukofum. Now, as we speak, we have over 14,000 canoes in Ghana. But one of the things all the yes and so there, fishing, especially the artisanal type of fishing, no, is a source of livelihood. And you know, the fundamental question is, as managers of fisheries resources, what are we doing? And I am proud to report to you on behalf of the minister, on behalf of the commission there. Number one, fishing is backed by law. And within this 1 year,
so obide canoe bekoe poso obide can say trawlers,
yes,
bekoe poso backed by law.
Backed by law.
It ye bi wo ho a obetumi akwa fishing na waye no the wrong way.
Yes.
Okay. Fire school.
Very good. And you know, we had an old fisheries law. I passing or year 2002. That is the Fisheries Act.
Okay. 625.
I'm not a juma, but say Eshembra. Now Embrano is over 20 years. You should know that as time goes on, society is dynamic. Even the law itself is dynamic. It keeps on changing. And see, Abanibe, one major significant achievement in this Aban what achieve is the enactment of the new Fisheries Act or year 1146.
Act 1146
yes.
No existed to solve which problem and
yeah. So I'm coming there. Maybe can I catch you there? We have challenges with any fisheries resources or look of gradual depletion. There were illegal fishing practices. And to say, the new Fisheries Act, 1146 now. Number one, Fisheries Commission Ankasa as an institution with a mandate to manage all your fisheries resources. No independent and autonomous. Now, the power to coordinate and work with a number of state institutions. Ghana Maritime Authority, for example, Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority, or the police. It gives us the power to sanction. The same actor, the sanction regime as compared to the previous act. This one introduces stiffer punishment. And let me give you one practical example. Under the old law, we have something we call transshipment. Transshipment, another cycle. Trawlers,
trawlers here, vessels
akese. Them small pelagics and then the naman kakramba when the wobe in waba yakase. In one and nama casino waba wobe feed. Na what the one net illegal no we scoop when we scoop one then they would transfer one from Badadio, one from Bafum, they would transfer to canoes for money. Under the previous law, say, why ya dama, and Blanum upon there, obey then, ever fine $100,000. So previously, because Oya Zawaya, they know they get money pa, so that $100,000 was a peanut to them. Under this government, under Honorable Emiliata leadership, and with this new act, Sakaya.
$100,000, that's like 1 million Ghana cedis, or let's say 11 million Ghana cedis.
Yes. Now, take your money. The mandate of the commission.
1.1 million.
1.1 million, yes. The mandate of the commission is to preserve, manage, conserve fisheries resources.
Mobile,
and for the first time. Yes. For the and they do it and they pay the fine.
How did you know?
We have a lot of monitoring tools. Even vessels in Ankasa, you won't confibia ye train one now where you on behalf of the commission. We call them observers. They are in the vessel. Aside that, no, it exists. But the issue is about the response when it happens. Because say Obi commit a crime, for example, now say the may unlawful act, no, we make say $1 million. No, no, oba about fine and $100,000, the person will continue to do it. He will come and pay $100,000 because that criminal act becomes beneficial, true or false. But under this government, under the leadership of Honorable Emiliata, we said no. This time we are not suspending you, we are not fining you, but we are suspending your license. In Tisebosha, last year June, 4 Chinese vessels, their license were suspended, and one immediately it served as a deterrent to other vessels now. Ebia they are involved in such activities, but Yansan Kawan. It will also serve as deterrent to that specific vessel now or conducting that illegal activity. And the new law provides opportunity for stiffer punishment. And one significant thing, this law, so unique, has to do with the extension of our inshore exclusive zone. Previously, it used to be 6 nautical miles. Into 6 nautical miles, we expect the vessels or the industrial vessels to fish
around that area.
Yes, beyond that.
Fish na
very good. Now aside that, if you are a government and you are taking a decision, if you have a sector or employ about 110,000 people, then you have a sector that employs less than 10,000 people. If you are to put in policies and programs to protect one of these sectors, which one will be your priority?
The one that protects many people.
Very good. So if you look at the fisheries sector now, the artisanal sector, and it is predominantly made up of Ghanaians. Now, the extension of inshore exclusive zone from 6 nautical miles to 12 nautical miles, one, it safeguards the fisheries resources. On my industrial trawlers, the law requires that they should fish outside the 12 nautical mile, within the 12 and beyond. And what it does on your day, obwa ema yen namamba anka wochu nuho ma onam do ma o contribute to the fact that my yen fisheries resources no oluko fomu no na menam no opportunity wenyi obwa suma oye enyankasa yen local artisanal fishers wanda wo use outboard motor, wanda wo use canoe, and I'm saying there are about 14,000.
Ghana hanyina.
Yes, Ghana hanyina.
Local region, Greater Accra, Central region, Western region.
Yes. Obwa ema onwanu so wotum na woye den munya kwan na woye wonadwuma. But this decision has not been an easy decision. That is why all the young minister na bado, all the young mampenyin na abanu wana bado. There we tum na wode wana nesi form. Because there were a lot of I wouldn't want to say restrictions, but people wanted to fight it, and they are still fighting it. But like I told you, when you are given a mandate,
industry giants, no.
Yes, when you are given a mandate to serve, you have to serve in the collective interest of the people. But at the end of the day, posterity will judge you.
Okay,
and so, I think it's one significant thing this government has done.
For how long can I say new law aba in place now? Much evident can it be measured?
Yeah. So the law was assented by President last August.
Okay. September, October, November, December, January.
We are working on the regulations.
7 months.
Yes. And that is the law, and that is why it puts people on their toes, because it is in line with the international standard. Again, for the first time in the history of this country, abani biaba, wayen sheshe, wayen tutwe, we introduce what we call, and very soon, what we call marine protected areas. Now. And now for Kasa.
Marine protected areas
yes, so I'm explaining.
Okay.
And then for Kasa, another fisherman and when you come, Omakacho there. Onye a bia na wayapu. onye bia na wokode wokoto moneboa. There are certain places they won't waste their energy.
Okay.
Because onye bia na enam no ogina.
Okay.
Enam was specific places wogina.
Okay.
And when a wobo to chefua na wowu na wenyin.
Okay.
So fishery scientists, they call those areas spawning grounds.
Spawning grounds.
Very good. And in Ghana, one significant area is the Cape 3 Point area.
Okay.
And say
because of temperature now.
Yes, and coral reefs and a number of biological factors.
Okay.
And say government of Ghana, Parliament, Cabinet, Wama approval. Plans are far advanced. Latest by June this year, Ghana would declare the first marine protected area around Cape 3 Point in Oye Ahanta West, Discove, Attention area. And do you know the significance of it? Because that is one critical area. That is one critical area. And namu wejina na wowu.
Okay.
So embra and shisheba bahude, there may be entum enye ferjuma ewo ho within this period, especially within the period na enam no woru na wenyin no. The overall effect is that enam no benya akwenja na wabowu na wenyin. Nti ebenwu da with time. Ebenwu da yane fisheries resources na yes you only depleted no. Ebenwu da or replenish.
Okay, it is a replenish sana from Discov area, Cape 3 Point area. That is Western region.
Yes.
Into the central region for Greater Accra for Volta or more Ketania, the Wombay Danya and Nam Ewopunum.
You know why I'm laughing? I'm laughing because when it comes to fisheries management, I mean, University of Cape Coast, me huni and nam fish, or it was shark. Not taga obonechi. It means that shark came from Brazil to Ghana waters. And see, and them they travel. The mere fact there, that zone, you know, na yes, Ghana have mostly what but wobejina na wo when you know in there, one when you know wobejina wala. They will spread all over. And them the bon small one, it gives you over 2,000 species. But entumanka management of fisheries resources without talking about premise fuel.
I'll come there. Obibe bisa say ma yenhwe kwan a ye fa so na ye fisheries resources no atume akonkan. When that happens, afarefo ena wonomo ebenye sika, womo livelihoods ebe improve, Ghana for so ebetumanya affordable fishes na yato ebetumi aboy ye nyina. Na o can say trawlers na momo say observing how China for woman, because I don't know na many fishermen be doing come almost say the real galamsey is happening deep in the sea. Almost say the real galamsey no e ho na e koso China for trawlers almost say as a Ghana your authorities need to make kan wo mo asem amount for fishermen a wo mo tie yesesia wo Jamestown osu la eni nungwa ekotema. Question a baby na ebebisa say, how do you monitor these trawlers in a more modernized way? Obetumanya real time results. Na mraya modia bay motumedia ye ejuma.
But I say, you are within the media space. Say Eshe for the past 2-3 weeks, the fisheries sector and the issues about fisheries. Why a topical issue? Sure. In the media. But can say most of the industrial trawlers are waterma. They have laid down their tools. Do you know why?
Tell me.
Yes. They are resisting or protecting this expansion of inshore exclusive zone, you know, from 6 nautical miles to 12 nautical miles. And the mere fact there who protects now one call a sooner donation there. They know that this government means business. They know that those who are managing fisheries resources, they mean business. And the mere fact that they know that this time round, if they try to perpetuate any illegality. It is not about a fine. But their licenses will be suspended. They can be prosecuted. Should tell you something. But Sidema, music can catch on. It is about our survival. It is not only about today. We are talking about sustainable resources, sustainable management of fisheries resources.
Yeah, okay. But the Ghana for person real solutions are there are protecting your territorial waters. Say amount for them fishing anyhow.
Yes, that is what I'm telling you. The first one is the extension of any inshore exclusive zone from 6 nautical miles to 12 nautical miles.
It's from the shore of the sea, you know.
Yes.
It's a so movie 12 nautical miles.
Yes, before you can fish.
Trawlers no.
Trawlers no.
First name is 6 nautical
miles.
miles.
6 nautical miles.
12 nautical miles no. What the total aquine miles one at the same?
Well, I can't tell off head.
Okay.
But maybe with hindsight I can check and let you know.
Okay.
But the reality is that with that, Oyada protect Oye fisheries resources. 2, we have what we call MCS, Monitoring and Surveillance Unit of the Commission. Echo tema. There were a whole lot of technological setup. The monitor Oye fishing vessels, you know. And that is even the more reason why we were telling them there, you are already even fishing beyond the 12 nautical miles. But this time, what you think you cannot do only there, you don't have the opportunity at the Baba system. That is why you are not comfortable. But again, as part of these measures, we have the Marine Police Unit.
Marine Police Unit.
Menoka say your Fisheries Enforcement Unit. Abenya yen share. Ye one in their patrol. But that notwithstanding, we still need resources, financial resources.
Nyabotre. Marine Police.
Yes.
Wono me call prosunti me minimum. Wamododo saying are they enough say so we Ghana coastline now from Volta region share sui ye Côte d'Ivoire and friends the Togo for share ya ko half a senior Ghana and Ivory Coast share so no. How do they operate? When say Ghana Police Service, they own a man, they who more baby. Now Marine Police, no, me people will want to understand.
Yeah, so that was where I was coming from. I'm telling you the measures that we have, but discussing whether those measures are enough or not is another subject matter. That is why I'm raising the issue of budgetary support. So I'm talking about institutions monitor fisheries resources.
Okay.
So we have the Marine Police.
Okay.
We have the Ghana.
What do they do exactly?
Yeah, Marine Police, they patrol our water bodies. They serve as more or less Marine Police. They police our marine waters. But their movement is very expensive. Ghana Navy, they do that for us. But their movement is very expensive. As we speak, advanced countries they have speed boats, they have patrol boats, they have research vessels. Consistently, they will be on their waters. As we speak, we don't have that. But the government has made steps, and you could see the plans are far advanced to retool them.
Politicians, and I say more and more working closely with politicians. Plans are far advanced. It's in the pipeline. So the Ghana form per se won't better be because the mama say resetting agenda. It means that things that we used to do that we have normalized. No, you know, quite say it will no go different direction. It's plans are far advanced. No, at the party we want to know specifics.
So I have mentioned the Marine Police Unit to you. Masanso Mama Ayawe. There, as we speak, we have the Ghana Navy. They patrol for us. Minorika say your Fisheries Enforcement Unit, and that Fisheries Enforcement Unit, as we speak, we have a commodore for the first time who is in charge. Previously, no, as and when there are fisheries infractions, now you have officers need to come for that purpose. But as we speak, they are specifically set up.
Fisheries enforcement,
and as we speak, we are retooling them. One vehicles, Commodore Anochi and Nitim. Recently, the ministry has given them vehicles. As we speak, they are outboard motors and a whole lot of things. But question, I am trying to put your question into perspective, because if you look at the coastline of Ghana, starting from Volta region, Keta, Edroko, Hafasni, it's wide. But you have to start from somewhere. I mean, to make sure the practical steps this government has taken, the commission has taken to ensure that at least if you want to do comparative analysis, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step, and you can see practical steps. That is why I started Wablana made sure the new law I pass and the impact. Previously, what year infraction now, they will come and pay suspension, they will come and pay a fine and go back and do it. Now you commit the infraction, your license is suspended. With enough empirical evidence, you are prosecuted.
Okay, I understand someone set up a monitoring center be a watema.
Yes.
Okay. More monitor so satellites and I'm used to answer them.
Yeah, satellite images. So when the vessels are on shore, we have a room with computers set up and they track their movements. So if you fish, for example, now, why don't we, the basic question is, previously, now we to Mwoko. Why is it that, yes, one fish 12 nautical miles?
Now we're more protested.
No more protesting. Why the one small one when I want fish in 6, 7, 8? They know there are mechanisms they monitoring.
Now before this new law.
Now the mechanisms were there, but the law at the time allowed them to fish around that area. Yena member, yena artisanal fishers. Ebetsi canoe bokopu. Ebetsi na also nebu on the boat for a chew wanebua. Ebetsi na also boat yama boat wa yama ma if you are fairly be clear. Now we are saying that yeko school no class 2 na class 3 fu one board the same competition. That is why our football no crown school days yeba. Oh yeah, lower primary and upper primary. So primary football one is one primary full JHS football one is one JHS full. Now the point here is that we have a mandate, and that mandate is to protect our fisheries resources. But one of the key components unique is what we call the landing beach monitoring team. Labek, afalefuna so along the coast. One is the mujumanu.
Okay.
And there has been instances, say a perpetuate even illegality where punodupo. Those people are there to report, to make sure the appropriate sanctions are meted out. But managing fisheries resources, yes, by law, commissioning the mandate to do it. But it's a collective responsibility.
Okay.
And how will be? You come and report.
If you see something, say something.
Yes. You come and report so that the appropriate steps are taken. But Mameka in there has been measurable progress. Measurable progress within the fisheries sector you cannot underestimate. And I have
measurable ones. No.
Key one has to do with our premix fuel. And that one, I would love my heart for the minister. Let me tell you something.
I'll come there. Okay. My is with the sanctions and trying to say more boy prono buying Mama can say fisheries resources, right?
Yes, fisheries
resources and nambane sa the more boho buying. So far mobile what to me as suspended how many licenses?
Oh yeah, we suspended 4.
4.
Yes.
Mechanism now mu use to the money. Yes. It is a mechanism no why then a be more corpus in your pirates to me attack you.
You are bringing in a different subject matter altogether. When you are talking about pirates, back there is armed robbery on the sea. And there are a lot of stakeholders. So, FIN Armed Forces of Ghana, we have the Ghana Navy. What is their basic responsibility? One basic responsibility is to protect our territorial waters.
Okay.
Ghana Maritime Authority, they have a role to play. And Fisheries Commission, we have a role, especially when it comes to management of fisheries resources.
But of course, someone manages our resources now. That resources for Ghana to get any infrastructure from that, fishermen, you must be. I'm kind of saying,
very well, very well, because
their safety must be important to the Fisheries Commission.
Very well, and if you follow the pirates attack, OC Senior Brekwa, you have to appreciate the swift response of this government. Ordinary, like Ukwe Sene Biseno, you should be more preventive than being reactive. But I mean, logistic constraints. But I think this is a turning point for all of us there as relevant stakeholders to prioritize protection under our waters. Asemi Afarufa were involved in. What the pirate did was to take the outboard motors. And see one outboard motors another a fee would cope. Waji
na kaboot no kwa.
Waji one fuel. Premix fuel now would cope no waji. Some of them waji one GPS. Waji one GPS. But the
artisanal fishers, yes. Friends of fishermen no or more GPS.
Yeah, they have GPS. They have GPS.
Oh, I see.
And as we speak, issue in the scene now. President directed within the shortest possible time. And one hour you one outboard motors, Monday, the Minister of Fisheries and our honorable member of Parliament for the area on behalf of the President.
Honorable Gizela Tete Abutui.
Oyaza will replace those outboard motors in what they are done, what the moment. And if you are, as we speak, over there, say a fisherman, not say a couple. There should be indication canoe another maybe vessel be no Ghana near you should know. So we are talking about canoe registration and enforcement or activity. We are doing it, but it's like enforcement, was not that strong because at the end of the day, so over there canoe today and them road in car or Ghana car, you will know. Based on how the normal plate is, how it is being licensed, over there, and it is one thing we are continuously rolling it out. Now the issue of GPS tracking and then long-range communication devices, one thing the ministry is working on it, to make sure that at any point in time, even when the fishermen they are on their fishing expedition, and will fear crana, you can say monitor them and know their movements. We better now when we communicate because the time difference between when an incident happens and when a response is given is also key. Assuming there pirate attack it took about 3, 4, 5 days. Answer response. But what do you think?
Very disastrous.
And it is a learning curve. All the relevant stakeholders, we have taken a cue. And I think what even makes it more important is that already the ministry, the commission were putting in policies here. What even happened makes it more urgent for its finalization and execution. And at the end of the day, you see measurable progress within the fishery sector. Challenges are here one and obey. It took years. And onye ehonala and oboko. But when you put in good policies and programs, gradually you see results. And in the long term, there is serious transformation within the sector.
Okay, so you mentioned Ghana Maritime Authority more collaboration. I'll be coming down sana ya premix forum. Ebusua for asem kese Jumade eso ene Power 97.9. Fe na wo join ya live on Facebook but me dey wadwen no aba. O papa fisherman and asa wankasa fisherman. Mo consensus saying Dr. Eric Cobbinah, our Deputy Executive Director, the Ghana Fisheries Commission, and bon komo wasem kesi adwumadi so Power 97.9. Sima bias aduanan about their pa enumere no twe 40 minutes after 8 aka mreka krebina ye de sa first conversation we abane we na ewia menuanom amanyofo no so atena se na omayin nsema beg for explanations no ya tumi edi eno so aguso merepem ba ma ye beko western region galamse the impact on our rivers near there operations be akoso ho yensaka western regional minister ye no ebetwetwe ho nkomo mamensanko na mene doc and try and come on so Dr. Cobbinah, so now we mention Ghana Maritime Authority. Mo collaboration near den and so the impact ebebama trawlers one more. Mama bisa omutu ato dem Fisheries Commissioner.
Yeah, so once they are fishing, Mbrano say they have to take license from the commission.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And or more a renew license no quarterly and as a yearly.
Yes, license renew and quarterly.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's a bapena majo muska.
Like I told you, with this current management, I can only speak for the current management or leadership within the sector.
Okay.
It's about money. It is about our core mandates. And core mandates in the sea, we have to preserve, protect, manage, and conserve our fisheries resources. Anchor 4 vessels, you were trying to more or less convert $100,000 into Ghana cedis. So 4 vessels were committing infraction. Each is paying $100,000. It's $400,000, right? Convert $400,000 into cedis.
That's roughly say 4.4 million.
So if it's about money under this current leadership, Honorable Miliata Dana, Zanka would have taken the money. But it is about taking the right decisions, sir, which goes to the core of your mandate.
Okay.
So we suspended their license. And at a point in time, some of them, they started a protest that they wouldn't even renew their license. And we said, oh, praise the Lord, hallelujah, amen. Because already there are a lot of people who want to come to the space. So before you come in, these are the rules. You are going to fish within 12 nautical miles. You are not supposed to do ABC. If you agree, we give you the permit to operate. But if you are within the system and a fee there, licenses kind of commission here now survive another the ministry here now survivor. The mandate of the ministry, the mandate of the commission is not necessarily about money. Yes, we need money to run, but that is not our core mandate. Our core mandate is to manage, protect, and preserve our fisheries resources.
Okay.
And that is exactly what we are doing. Because you feel there, and brand bar, or there you compliant, or there you membrane juma, some brand juma, then there's no need. But at the end of the day, commission, the ministry, no people occupy that position. Métier no be some a timer and a minister be or the key or the babotupu. These are the minister no. So Honorable Emiliata will not be there till thy kingdom come. Exactly. I will not be there till thy kingdom come.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, the basic question is what will you be remembered for? And that kind of change is what we are committed to bringing. And that is exactly what we are doing at the ministry, what we are doing at the commission.
Okay.
It's official. The superpower of the airwaves is here. Power. 97.9 FM.
Doctor,
Power FM.
My to solve this problem. Doc.
Yeah.
Eti se me pese me ebia manya investor bi or say or pese or the trawler a big vessel you find your fishing ebia me Ivorian counterpart and as a Chinese counterpart or something. Process is very nice ubi there near man will require the what you may as a license no.
Okay, so in the first place, we don't even have the space now. But for educational purposes, don't forget the medical culture, the yene fisheries resources in terms of depletion rates or local form. So we are putting in measures replenish. Then one of the things is within the space we have overcapacity. Because 1992, the number of canoes now were Ghana about 14,000 canoes a year one. When we even came in, vessels were around 75. We had about 75 vessels. Now, as we speak, we have even managed to bring it down to 48. That one, they are going to other countries to go and fish.
Oh, okay.
Because as part of measures we are putting in place, one of the things we are doing is not over there overfishing or then okufum. And even within the canoe and artisanal sector, if our research on my a specific gear, another specific type of fishing gear connected to a particular fish species or lukufuma, we will not allow for that gear to be introduced. Even though we appreciate the fact that artisanal fishing, it is about our livelihood, it is about our survival, but it is also about the survival of the generation to come.
Yeah.
And to send the cassava fish, the cassava fish we should put in measures in the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years on born generation. Once we now enjoy in the same cassava fish.
Okay.
You get the point. And in the long run, now you feel that there is space. Now a pede invest within the sector by bringing in a vessel. You first of all, about sure I come at the Minister of Fisheries. There, me a so and so company. Me pede me de this vessel. Me de ba me pe permit. Me de be yiduma. Now the minister will write to the commission, because the commission is the technical arm of the ministry.
Yeah.
Professor B.B. Campion, executive director. He is a professor of fisheries. He was the former dean for fisheries at KNUST.
Okay. Okay.
And then one of another deputy, just like me, but in charge of technical, Professor Bechi, is also into fisheries.
Professor Dr. Bako.
So and we have a minister who is very proactive. Sometimes 1 a.m. she's sending memos, directives, do this, do that. Also, or you're 24/7. We have a limited time. We have a social contract with Ghanaians. We came not to complain, but we came to solve problems. And once you are in a mantle of leadership, then it means you are in a privileged position to serve. So at any material point in time, like a medical doctor or flower, you have to go and work. So at any point in time, she's sending proposals, she's sending memo, you have to be online. There should be a way to wake up and respond to it and all that.
Okay, so with the science is it because your friend is Ghana internationally are citing and Prem say illegal fishing as a quiet your fast air fishing no bibrina and papa. So that issue how are you tackling it? Minimum some more than say bibraba, but they say the says flags no.
You see, there is one misconception we have to understand.
Okay.
We are part of the global village. And see, say nama over Brazil water, utumoba, Ghana, yene puma. It means whatever that is happening here, or implications all over the world. Ghana Oyaza was citing to be non-compliant with some of these international regulations. What it means is that you are signed on to a lot of international agreements, but when you sign on to the agreement, the understanding is that once you are a party to it, or they do, and then once you domesticate your law, or they any the necessary tools, and see This MPA, Samana Minorca Marine Protected Areas, are yet protect Yanni fish stock. This extension of Yanni Inshore Exclusive Zone are yet the main institution Abani Nano. It is to fight against these illegal fishing practices. But that's Masia. And Anuna in the long run, no, Obobwa. Any resources now, fishes resources no look of no are replenished. But one key thing that the ministry is doing,
Power FM.
Development of aquaculture. Menoleka say, in nam over yani in sumnumuno. We don't have direct control over. But when it comes to rearing of tilapia, another mudfish, it's something we have control over. And that is one strategic direction our government will take, the ministry, the commission, just to bridge the gap in deficit. Instead, they tell me over there, cry and nam, be a balance of payment deficit. We have to expand the opportunities regarding aquaculture. In terms of water lake area, was one key area this year, government is establishing serious aquaculture center there as part of the 24-hour economy policy
this year. I'm
telling you. So the deficit that we have in terms of fisheries consumption are over 700,000 metric tons. Now all the year I am telling you there, God willing, in the next 2 years that deficit will not be there, and it shows clear-cut thinking, clear-cut strategic direction. But I cannot come here as a manager of fisheries resources without talking about premix, because you cannot talk about fisheries without talking about premix.
Okay, so premix next. Looks like I keep postponing it, but
yes,
but we still have some time.
Oh, then that's fine.
Aquaculture no.
Yes.
Mona esemon sa mo ye, and that's
you know the ministry of fisheries and aquaculture.
Okay.
So yes,
which form will the aquaculture no like take? Abai no trust ebia mede ma provide ebia enema so be pese or ye fish catfish nest anema na ombre mo ana, because from where you sit in there say ubehunu
a number of interventions.
Okay.
So actually the commissioner,
okay,
there will be a fan hatcheries. Hatcheries in the year bia or your fingerlings or your namkasini na ye re. Ena hono obi biala or ya aquaculture biano or access to your hatcheries obetu when your fingerlings no at affordable prices.
Okay.
Aside that, there is deliberate government policy only train you or the youth and women specifically to go into aquaculture development, and you be provide or your tanks with specific training. And see, let's say you are interested into going into aquaculture, we'll give you the needed training, okay, and give you the logistic support. The kind of scientific training and support are even here to rare.
Free.
Yes. Aside that, we have made it easier for private individuals to also come into partnership, okay, with the commission, with the ministry. And it's a deliberate plan. There are specific districts marked for aquaculture development. There will be a number based on the topography, based on the biomass, based on the soil content and all that.
Okay.
So it's a deliberate government policy. Yet they bridge the gap. But you see, sometimes you ask yourself, where is the ideas coming from? And that is why I make it on my Mahama and this can come in. Or in a special way. Say, the management of fisheries resources over the years, the focus was on marine. But Epono, you don't have direct control over. But what we call inland fishing, your lakes, your rivers,
lagoons are
hodro, and as your ministry no, or the commissioner, the strategic focus now is about inland, it's about aquaculture. Without necessarily, because within the marine area there are a lot of setup already. Okay. That has been the area of focus. And see, my brother, Rome was not built in a day.
But the bricks were laid every day.
Very good. So you can see practical improvements within our fisheries sector. And I tell you, oh yeah, many pay manesia, ame, anade be a boss or betnaha. You can measure and see real progress.
Okay. Eti obi tie wa timpoku akosomo afie nya ne important obi ani je ho onfa aquaculture no because emabunu bebe eni adwuma.
Very well. Me no ka say the ministry, the commission here were regional offices in all the 16 regions.
Fisheries Commission.
Fisheries Commission. Here were zonal offices.
Okay.
So we are all over the country.
Okay, so for instance, Volta region, Oti region, and Fana,
Dambai, there were regional office.
Okay. Okay.
Echo or Volta who there were regional office. And you know, I approach any fisheries director biala, you'll be given the needed direction and guidance. And aside that, no, to them are music and can. There's deliberate government policy about aquaculture development. Yebo rolled out this year. Already there are a number of private or people who are into aquaculture development.
Already.
Engagement. We know the areas they need support. Need difficulties. Obinum wadi funding. Obinum wadi logistics. Obi capacity. And we have earmarked all that. As we speak, this year. At the end of this year, if you roll out the statistics, you can see measurable progress.
Medal Dr. Eric Cobbinah, Deputy Executive Director, the Fisheries Commission, and all can we treat more because Australia and Nam Hoa Bambo and Punuma Eso, one day penny, quantity for a bit and then bon common. Now, premix, it has always been the headache of every government. Now you're going to talk, yes, party chairman, be a jabo, so as a party secretary, be a jabo, so yes, I feel the Saunia people near Maubu, and Nawunian this near Maubi. Momo buy premix 170% because Nancy also am a taste of complaint.
When you are dealing with Yenejanum and a Yandanuma way afraid, never think there in Nimson one. Because they have one knowledge, say downplay that knowledge, a major problem. And that one has to do with what we call their indigenous knowledge.
Yeah.
And they fair kasama, another neleka posama. However, you see what you learned in school. A big crowd between we kojina punano. Now or the nana can soon. Now where the tides are moving. Obi boy sky. Now when with the type of crowd are there the star. Now we catch you the hair. Them time you mokopa in humutu. Within the next 1 hour, a bones the name humutu. They have that indigenous knowledge.
Okay.
And brasa over there, politicians, academicians, you respect that knowledge. Now yen to Chawma Mahama. For the first time in our political history, yenya Wakandan advisor. Ministerial advisor on indigenous knowledge. Or brother manuma. Just to advise the minister, advise the government about fisheries.
About fisheries by your friends, your local people. No?
Very good.
Okay.
Now, premix, it is key. It has been the doing. Most of the governments are now war are burning. If you are leaving government, you start by losing from the coastal areas. And say ni mebe wa adwin na bia jama fishing communities ni kwa wen na we meeting ansa wa kwoto aba. It is because of how the resources are managed. Na and then I'm the minister kasa na meka jende there. Madam, I am one person. I will not sing your praises. Always. So me there baby nkwaye makachiro. Because at the end of the day, it is about the sources of this government for which you are part, for which I am part. One major thing is elimination of what we call regional premise coordinator, district premise coordinator. And then there, the premise will load our tour. Can we move from tour straight to the landing beach? so all western regional onya fi no be shi obi a no so ye western regional coordinator of premix na ofiano no wa asana ko district coordinator of premix. By the time over transit between these people no na either there quantity na wadre banana half another there has been a major diversion. And the landing beaches nankasa no from Tor they know there they are getting supply. You get the point?
And local fishermen nankasa na
so let me explain to you.
Okay.
Premix management is also backed by law.
Okay.
We have what we call Premix Committee Regulation 2016, LI 2233. Now that LI, it talks about landing beach committees and one further one form. So the composition of the landing beach committees is made up of 7-member committee. Chief fisherman is supposed to be part. They should get themselves a secretary. Canoe owners, another one our phone bosons, no other one rep obem, or the fishmongers, another Messafuna war who namuno, or the one rep bem, Concohima, Messafuna water namuno, or the war rep bem, or the one you're pumping attendants. And Blano so say committee no, say what form na what on petrol new year, because premix is different from the normal hard fuel and cars in the use.
Yeah.
Premix is highly subsidized.
Okay.
And you know, so normal fuel.
It's near standard, baby.
Standard.
Voter for Benyani the same price.
Yes, they are supposed to sell. You see, there is gentleman's agreement in some of the areas. Eco communities in Bimoa. What's what pede fishermen na wunya one personal contribution. And Tebi wa premix na be 80 gallons no do to na be 1,600 no. Nwa agree voluntary. They be with 50 cedis bottle do with 100 cedis bottle do. But other than that internal arrangement no, the price remains the same everywhere. And you know, there is major reduction. Aside that, you know, the number of landing beach committees. Minister Bear, Benny Bear, we have increased its power dramatically because it was around 280. Now we have about 351 landing beach committees. Our more premix is getting to the fishermen. Say, even between February and November last year, over 28,757,000 liters of premix. And I Benny to be surprised on the ma or ye fishermen. It is end essay and Sadala and premix who problem gidigidia or yen shepan abanu or de guquenim. But ye pede ye human element in if you offer that. Ye eliminated minister ye district coordinators, regional coordinators, and it's not enough. We are looking at premix automated centers, our oil dispensing machine, equa and the work card enable. So as we speak, we have about 57 operational all over Ghana. The plan is to make sure that by the end of our tenure, and all the 351 premix landing beach committees, they have it. The human element in the befim, quantity you are entitled to know. It is on your card. And it is already in operation in some of the areas.
Great.
The plan there is for us to expand it.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, say the average fisherman and then the casa. I'm not saying how our fisheries sector you cannot solve all our problems within 1 year. But
more commitment
when we took over, the dollar was almost 17 cities.
Yeah.
And
16.
Yeah, 16 cities. So remember now only $10,000 other crowd do amonania over doing 160,000 another 1.6 billion Ghana cities and at the same $10,000 only 110 Otumiya, so she's saving about 50,000, which is about 500. That is exactly what is happening in the fishery sector.
Okay.
Power the
When the cost of production, especially with respect to premix, petrol na water, how much they were paying for premix, and now on them kalabule the diversion and now kukodo. I'm not saying in there because if you are a fisherman, for example, na enya premix fuel na drukopuma at least all automatically it is halving your cost of production because say enya na so bende ekoto no fuel station the price is high. But even that, you compare it to before, you realize that still the cost of doing business in why than a wakufum. It's within the premix sector. We say, Siala, premix no move direct to the fishermen.
Okay.
The regional coordinator biala, ni bebe biala, district coordinator biala, ni bebe biala.
Okay.
And we are making sure that it benefits the fishermen. Or in Nipa on few occasions there will be issues. But if you do a comparative analysis and even the frequency, the consistency with which a premix neighbor, it has increased astronomically. Okay. But we can still do more. Okay. And that is why we aspire to get better. Okay.
You can do more, like you want to talk more. But unfortunately, yeah, then come on, ABC wa Felix Nyanko the message I send me. I see say pono mobile tum to send na first nana.
Okay, so Abra Omanpeyi Mahama in the run up to 2024 election, he made a promise to oye artisanal fishermen.
Okay.
Okade say yet to mana na oba artisanal fishers no epunu ontumu mama. You know, cross season started in 2019. Into 2019 na epunu first July na watum for artisanal fishers no for 1 month. August na webe puno na adiamo.
But na artisanal fishers ne say moto epunu ma na trawlers ne de
no trawlers no na one the near 2 months. But the fundamental question is that to punim them on 1 month. 1 month in one ko baby continuously. How at see a comma wofema. One will be say, boy, punum wana. Then they go aggressively. But that's Masia. I don't know, Binim do one light, or Binim one dynamite. It's about with all the progress that you made within 1 month, within the shortest possible time. Now, the question is okay. Traditionally, we had traditional management measures. Now, you're the Bopuman. Yeah, from an Odu Tuesday, sir. Yene Janma for one couple. In some communities, Fridays, even Sundays, one couple. Now, within the year, assuming there we are all observing the traditional measure on Fridays, we are talking about 48 days.
Yeah.
As compared to 30 days continuously. So the rationale is that okay, so this time artisanal fishers nepunu. I mean last year, yen tumu mawan, but entum fa light in kopum, entum fa dynamite in kopum, entum fa carbide in kopum. At the end of
so
the
how
day,
are you monitoring that?
Remember, yes. At the end of the day, no, the previous ones na etum continuously. You have the data to know the impact.
Okay.
This one now we call it modified close season. At the end of the period, you do an analysis and find out the impact. Then the total closure, the partial closure for industrial trawlers against artisanal fishers. At the end of the day, you do a comparative analysis and find out. And by June, that outcome will be out, and the government, the ministry will take a tentative decision on it, whether we will have a partial one or whatever it is.
Okay, it is a say not the question maybe so our last no minimum say would the more policies be bringing more Adrian Mafa about the fisheries industry no so no what they are to at their mind. What is the link between fisheries commission no any artisanal fishermen no link like more training more and I say
yeah so the artisanal fishers, like I said, they are the we are always in constant touch with them. And again, minister take you over. One engagements our ministry or any engagements our landing beaches.
Okay.
Or most of the landing beaches in Western region I was with her, in Greater Accra I was with her, in Central region I was with her.
All right.
And consistently we are in constant touch with them. Like I said, there were zonal officers and one war communities now. There were all regional officers and one war before the national level. Aside that, there are a lot of stakeholders: Ghana National Canoe and Fishermen Council, Kagwa, even international conferences, engagement, everything, because they are the real industry practitioners. And BBI from day one, from the first step, we are with them.
Okay, Doc. My end to come. I know that this is not the first time I will FDA. So the way now, Madame Fubi was say, money or the message about say a Jumane there, or also was showing Hunumopa, the way I see church and neighbor. And many one can be phone lines no ma, fishermen, Rankasa Frey, be maybe more questions, be by time no call. I know say, be I say it to me no quarterly cry na you this and come away. And yeah, bad Dr. Eric Cobbinah, Deputy Executive Director, Ghana Fisheries Commission. Yeah, that's it.
Meso medas.
Now in count.
Medas in the power. Yeah, my Ghana.
Mad dog.